Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the MS4 grant pre-application meeting. We are here to take questions from potential applicants. Please keep in mind that we can't answer questions super specific to individual projects, which point we'll refer to you to what's on the RFR. But outside of that, we're ready to go ahead and take some questions. Also, I am joined by Doug Copy, who is not currently on camera, but Doug, and you're muted. You're ghostly. Thank you, Doug. Doug is our new stormwater coordinator for those of you who have not had the pleasure to meet him. And I am Courtney Starling. I'm a grant administrator. So with that, go ahead, raise a hand. Chat is fine too, but we're ready to take some questions. Any brave souls? See no hands raised.
I'll start. My name's Andrew Levine. I'm coming from the town of Hatfield. I guess my first question would be, is there any benefit to widening the group beyond 2 members? I saw that 2 is the smallest number possible for a group of municipalities, and I just didn't see in the documents if there's criteria saying if there's more members included, there's a chance for more funding or it's higher scored.
So this is a good question, because while we do have kind of a suggested amount for where the awards generally are, so it kind of gives people an idea of how to price projects. Bigger projects potentially that involve, it kind of depends on a scale issue. If if a physical project that occurs in multiple communities, the number would certainly drive the cost. In other cases, we certainly have a lot of grants where the projects are the end results are for statewide use, and so where it'll be a coalition of communities in the entire state. And so there's not necessarily just like, well, they got all of them, so they got all 361. It doesn't necessarily work that way. It is really kind of specific to the project. The purpose of having the towns partner at a minimum is that it's a coalition grant, because it's not a huge I already got a few people to admit, because the overall grant size is generally $250,000. It's not a huge amount of money. And so in order to kind of stretch the dollars as far as we can, that's what is the intent behind the partnerships. Also, though, I do encourage, and we will send, Hillary, we do have a question, but I do always encourage everybody to take a look around, particularly the towns, to be like, who else is here? You might have some friends. What's up, Hillary?
Hey, good afternoon. I just wanted to, I hate to use the phrasing, more of a comment than a question. Wanted to offer the feedback that the deadline for this grant is October 3rd, and all the folks who are working on the MS4 annual report are working on submitting that by September 20. I think with the 30th, I think we get an extra day. Working on submitting the annual report by September 29th. For the MS4 permit itself. So that really sort of truncates our working time on some of these. And I know that if you extend, then you've sort of shortened the actual working period of the grant recipients. But that's just sort of thinking about those timelines and what we can do to streamline there. I personally am not asking for an extension, but saying that a little bit more working time on the back end of this is always good if we can have it.
I'm sympathetic to that, and I will admit that we are posting a few weeks behind schedule this week. We had some legal issues to work out in the background, and so I will admit that I did not intend for the bad turnaround, but you are also right that we are trying to also maximize working time, because between the times that we take applications and the time that they're actually approved to announce can be a little bit of time, and it's not in our hands. And so we do try to make it as quick as possible on our side so that our applicants can work as long as possible on your side.
Yeah,
You had a second part?
absolutely. And to that end, my sort of follow-up question here is more general in terms of, and I don't know if other people might be able to speak to this, but when grantees sort of have like a fiscal representative of the group, logistically, is there a way that MassDEP likes to see that work? Are there any sort of lessons that we've learned from doing this grant a few times now that you'd recommend to proposals just so to help things move quickly when we do get to that point?
We do, so on the actual application, on attachment A, very much identify who is the lead community, because that is going to be the community that we contract with and who the contact person is, so that during awards we A, know who to call, and B, are speaking with the right people to actually get the contracts developed. And so typically, because our grants work on a reimbursement basis, you'll be submitting for those who are successfully awarded. That's why we say have a lead community for your doing business, for the purposes of doing business. But that community is basically the one who is in charge of reimbursing anybody else associated with the grant after they submit invoices to us.
Great, thank you.
Any other takers? Does anybody want to do just a quick introduction to let folks know who you are and which organization you represent? I'm just like, since it is a coalition grant, we're low on questions, and I'd be happy to give you guys a minute just to say hello to each other. In the corner, I have Allison Dixon at the top for our Berkshire towns, Hill towns represent.
Hi, yes, I'm a senior planner with Berkshire Regional Planning Commission, and we were thinking about resubmitting a proposal that was 2 years ago, but when it was awarded so late, there was no possibility of completing it within the time frame. So we are hoping that if we resubmit, that if we are successful, that it will be manageable. And our goal is to develop some designs that the towns can implement without expensive engineering, that there's a way to cite the BMPs appropriately, and that if anything, minimal engineering would be required so they can move towards implementation much more easily, and that these designs could be used across the state. Thanks.
Thank you. Macklin, I got you in the corner next.
Thanks, Courtney. Hi, everyone. My name is Macklin Weir. I'm an environmental planner with the Merrimack Valley Planning Commission. No questions today. I'm here to see what I can learn. The Merrimack Valley Planning Commission is part of a regional coalition for stormwater. Basically, it's called the Greenscapes North Shore Coalition. We've applied for MS4 grants previously and been successfully awarded. We represent the Merrimack Valley, towns in the Ipswich River watershed, and as well within the Salem Sound. We're excited to apply, and yeah, thanks again, Courtney. Just here to kind of fact gather and see what questions people might have. I'm also joined by my coworker and colleague, Kay Emery. I don't know if Kay wants to introduce herself.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'll just say hi, not to repeat anything that Macklin says, but I'm an environmental planner with the Merrimack Valley Planning Commission as well.
Howdy. Abby, I have you next.
Hi, I'm Gabby Queen and I'm the sustainability manager for the town of Needham. We have never applied for this grant program before, but are dealing with a all the typical municipal struggles with trying to meet our MS4 requirements. So wanted to give it a good scope out to see if we might be able to put something together for this. We're not sure if we might try to work with our Watershed Association, Charles River Watershed Association, to put in an application. Just because we haven't done this before, so I'm not sure how difficult it will be to find another community too who would want to partner with us. The only question I had was I just wanted to confirm, is the list of all previous projects, that's the one that's on the stormwater permitting DP page? Okay, so that's all the projects that have been funded previously.
I need to look at it to see whether or not it was updated before Liz left. May or may not be, if that was the
Okay.
one question I had in my head. So we might be missing the projects from 25, fiscal 25, in
Gotcha.
which case we will get those posted. There were 4 that we did on the last grant. And so I know that one is out there. That was going to be one of the things that we'd probably be asked about today. So it might be 4 projects on a date. It may not be. Either way, we'll get
Okay.
that updated before by the time that the Q&A is due.
And where was
Okay.
that list found? You said that was on the full
It's
application?
on, yeah, it's on our, it's on the same page where you would find the RFR and most of the information about MS4. Our website isn't super navigable, but if you have a copy of the RFR, it is in there.
Okay.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you.
Gabby.
Yeah, no worries. Because it
Just like
just
always apologizing for the website where I'm like, it's hard to search, but if you use Google instead, it will help.
yeah. No, I appreciate that you guys have those listed on here, because it looks like from the projects that are on here, mostly the applications have come from regional planning associations or watershed associations. Like
We've definitely had a fair number, though we also, last year we had Brookline Waltham as a
Oh.
partnership of communities. They did a cool phosphorus attenuation study with their catch
Nice.
basins.
Oh,
And
cool. Okay.
and so it does vary, but I will fully admit that because of the partnership factor, we get fewer municipal applicants, but we're happy to see
Yeah.
municipalities with us today, and which is why I'm like, so we'll go around and make sure that you all know each other.
Appreciate that. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Courtney.
And so for in the spirit of neighbors, Susanna, how about you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Susanna Sullivan. I'm the new stormwater manager with the town of Dedham. I just started back in June. Previously, I worked with the Neponset River Watershed Association, so we're very familiar with some of this MS4 grant writing. I see some of our neighboring towns, and I know that we're looking to kind of partner up with Westwood and the Beta Group to kind of maybe look into tracking some stormwater control measures.
Cool.
So,
And
very
as a
cool.
quick caveat, don't despair, Andrew Levine. You don't have to be contiguous. Any towns can partner.
Interesting.
You don't have to be in the same geography. I don't care if you're in the same watershed or the same basin. If you guys have the same vibes of things that you want to do, that is a-okay for partnership. The only thing that we do ask is like the partnership is meaningful, and that, you know, everybody gets to participate. And so just because somebody is the lead doesn't mean share.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And on that note, Andrew, how about you take over and introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name's Andrew Levine. I'm the town administrator in Hatfield, Massachusetts.
Okay. Abby with an A.
Yes. Hi, how are you? Hi, Abby Shrest. I'm the town engineer for Sudbury. We've never applied for this before, and I don't have something specific in mind. So very much like Gabby, but if Gabby wants to call me, the thing I need is I have a small section of town that is in the Charles River watershed. So I have to show phosphorus removal for that. And I don't have actually a lot of infrastructure in that area of town. So I don't have a lot of control over it. So I would, I'd like to do something with like stormwater traditional stormwater control measures that are more on the green infrastructure side, I'm sure we have swales somewhere or detention basins, and how can we take credit for some of that in the phosphorus reporting? So I'd be interested in that.
Okay, Anna.
Hi everyone, my name's Anna Yee. I'm with the Neponset River Watershed. Don't have any specific questions today. We have a couple applications that we're or potential projects that we're thinking about. So I just wanted to come and see what everyone was asking and say hello to everyone.
Hi, Anna. Lailani. Oh,
Hi,
slight mute.
I got it. Thanks. Leilani Dalpy from Ty and Bond, and we have several municipal clients that we would love to facilitate this project for. Put it together. That's what we do.
Hearts and horses, right?
Yeah, we pull everyone together.
Okay, did I miss anybody? I don't think so. All right, last call for any questions.
Just me, Courtney, if no one had if no one had met me
Oh,
before.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's because I already I blew that
my
one.
video was off,
Hillary,
too.
please, by all means, tell everybody
No
about yourself.
worries. I don't need to plug Hillary. I need to plug the Massachusetts Statewide Stormwater Coalition, of which I am the vice chair. We are a group of, I have my notes out for everything. We represent 14 regional stormwater coalitions, total about 190 regulated communities. So if you represent a coalition or you want to come to our quarterly meetings and just listen in, we have typically a quarterly update from each of those coalitions, as well as usually a nice update from MassDEP and EPA. And sometimes we also have a guest speaker who tells us something cool. Like we had somebody come and talk about new LiDAR data and how that helps with culvert assessments. So all that kind of stuff and more is awaiting you at the Statewide Stormwater Coalition if you ever want to give us a visit. So shoot me an email. I put my email address in the chat if anybody's interested in joining who hasn't been part of our coalition before. We welcome that, and we've done grants under this program and are interested in future grants under this program, and we represent a big group, and we're totally willing to hear somebody if somebody has an idea that they want to bring to the larger group. Feel free to give us a shout. We have some ideas for this grant, but we're not necessarily we're not gonna give you the Heisman and go, we have an idea. We'd love to hear your idea.
Okay. Do we all know each other? Everybody got contact information, enough to Google? Okay. Questions? Going once? Twice? All right, you guys, we're excited to see your applications. Feel free to write down written questions and send them in if anything pops into your head. We will be taking those. Should have the calendar pulled up, but I don't. We'll be taking questions until, oh boy, I think the end of the week, probably 2 days from now. And then after that, we will post them usually within 10 to 12 days. If I had the correct RFR open, it would help. But the deadlines are in the RFR for both questions and also applications. And when they will be posted, answers do get posted online. They will be in the same place where this video will be posted, as well as the prior projects. That list that we will be updating or making sure that's up to date. That's just like, I'm pretty sure the spreadsheet itself is up to date. It just needs to be updated online. So in any event, I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for your interest. And we are excited. And like I said, we'll get things worded as soon as possible. Have a great day. Enjoy fiscal 26.